This TikTok motivational coach is destroying his life for clout.
You gotta wake up! You gotta wake up! You gotta wake up! You can't be asleep all day long! Get up out that depression! Get up out that sadness! Get up out that loneliness!
Really? Is this what we're doing right now? You might have heard him rambling some motivational nonsense there, but in reality, the only thing this guy motivated is people to get as far away from him as possible, because it's safe to say these motivational videos have hit a new societal low, as he's risking jail time for this content, which at the end of the day consists of him pouring food on himself and others in public while repeatedly shouting inspirational quotes.
Be you! Just be you! Just be you! Stop thinking I gotta have this so they can like me. Stop thinking I gotta be like them so they can like me. Just be you.
Apparently, this is his idea of motivating people. I'm sure Walmart employees who had to clean all this up were super motivated by that video. We honestly might need something like mandatory community service for people who burden retail workers for the sake of their own content on social media. But either way, this is Carlton McAllister, a TikToker and Instagram influencer who goes by the name See the Truth. And this dude posts what he calls motivational videos on his social media. At least that's what his bio says. Motivate, inspire, uplift. Great stuff right there. So I guess those must be his intentions with all this, or a front to get away with what he's currently doing. And of course, this would only be if you feel motivated by this sort of content. You know, because who wouldn't be? But he's been making videos like this for years, making a mess of grocery stores, public transportation, and even out on the street. And to be honest, I have no idea how he hasn't gotten into some major trouble for this type of content yet, but we'll dive into that soon.
You came too far to quit. You came too far to quit. You came too far to quit. You put too much time in to quit. You know you've been through too much to quit. Get up and keep going.
I love how everyone's reaction to this was just a deep sigh. Like, if your job is making gross messes for others to clean up for clout, it's time to start reevaluating. As a former janitor, I don't approve. I would be so fed up if I had to deal with this. It's one thing to drop something by accident because, hey, that happens. But to make a massive mess for others to clean just for attention on TikTok, that's just scumbag behavior. Let's be real. Now, in the past few weeks, I've covered many IRL streamers worldwide who would disturb the public peace just in the name of content. And now I guess we're covering motivational speakers disturb the peace for their own content. Like, this is just so stupid. Why does the bar keep dropping for everyone on the internet, it seems like? Well, that's a stretch, but it seems like these kinds of people are just multiplying rapidly.
You are somebody. You are somebody. It don't matter if you're going through hard times. You are somebody. It don't matter if you don't have what they have. You are somebody. Regardless of what they gotta say about you, you are somebody. You gotta keep going and going and going because you are somebody. That's the truth.
I feel like I say this a lot, but what a fascinating use of free will. What a frustrating person to deal with as a retail worker or even as a random customer. And this is pretty much his entire content strategy. He shows up out of nowhere, pours some liquid or food over himself and someone else, and then starts shouting his inspirational message. And then, falls and ends by saying, "That's the truth." Thank you, Carlton. Very cool. I like the other Carlton way better.
It's cool to be different. It's cool to be different. It's cool to be different. You don't gotta be like him. It's cool to be different. You don't gotta be like her. It's cool to be different. You don't gotta do what they doing. It's cool to be different. Cool is showing love to others. It's cool is making a positive impact on others. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool to be different. It's true.
I mean, this is one of the wildest and most humiliating bits I've seen someone do for a career on social media in a while, as it provides zero value to anyone. His whole account is just a tragedy. And I hope this dude in yellow is in on it, but during his earlier years in his career, he focused much more on the actual message than creating these viral messes or stunts. This, for example, is his first video posted on his Instagram account back in March of 2022.
Embrace your flaws, embrace your insecurities. See, everybody got flaws, everybody deal with insecurities. It's just good at considering it. And they just not gonna tell you, but you gotta live in your truth. You gotta do what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what makes you happy. Can't worry about what everybody else think, because if you worry about what everybody else think, you ain't living for yourself. You ain't happy with yourself. And that's the truth.
And hey, that is a fair message without ruining some poor janitor or cleaner's day. But it wasn't anything groundbreaking or something that hasn't been repeated hundreds of thousands of times. so this video didn't really get too much attention. But either way, he still made a second video, which he posted 2 days later.
Understand that you can learn from anybody in life. It don't matter who you are or what you're doing, you can learn from anybody. You can learn from a homeless man off the street. It don't matter. The boldest thing that a leader can do is learn from people's ideas and people's answers. And that's the truth.
See, now he was on a workout bike. Dude was just slowly adding things into his videos as each one goes by until it's just pure insanity and he's completely lost his mind.
It's necessary. It's necessary. Yes, it is. It's necessary. The pain is necessary. The setbacks, the failures, those are necessary. Those are necessary equipment. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, see, the progression to insanity is really there. It's fascinating to watch how his videos have evolved over time, because we can even pinpoint exactly when he first came up with the idea to create this chaotic content he's been known for today, and how, I guess, that happened. Because first, he started recording in
I already told you, you gotta keep.
Because first, he started recording at grocery stores, running through the aisles to deliver his message.
That relationship is over. That relationship is over. That marriage is over. It's done. It's done. The milk is spoiled. The expiration date is past due. It's over.
Gee, wow. Thank you, random dude at the grocery store, for that information. But clearly, he got a little bit too comfortable, which then started with videos of him evolving into drinking water before saying whatever he had to say.
Take care of your physical health. You gotta take care of your physical health. Your physical health is a part of loving you.
But then 2 videos later, he started pushing it.
Tell yourself great things about you. You gotta tell yourself great things about you. Whatever you constantly tell you, your mind, your approach will adapt to it.
And eventually, he really started pushing it.
Self-love is most important. Self-love is most important. Nobody can love you more than you love you.
Instead of giving people surface level wisdom and sticky feet, he really should have stuck to just meditation videos. But obviously, he didn't.
When you gonna stop caring about what they think? When you gonna stop caring about what they think? See, when you gonna start doing what brings you peace, doing what makes you happy? Don't let nobody put their fears and insecurities on you. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel. Stop caring about what they think. And that's the truth.
Maybe he should think of what the janitor thinks of the mess he's making. I guess the dude just meditated so hard he transcended social behavior. It's just another odd version of main character syndrome. Because I guess he just thinks the world revolves enough around him that janitors would just love to clean up his mess so he could go on and make his social media content. But that video of him pouring cleaning product over his head, that was the turning point, because after August 14, 2023, every post involved him pouring something over his own head. And you can tell why, because this was the first video on his account to reach more than 100,000 views. But I guess, like, what's depressing about this is pretty much purely an attention play, as he's not really making anything close to minimum wage off of these videos, as Instagram doesn't really monetize views, and you need to be getting millions of views a week on TikTok to make a decent living. But still, that moment is when Carlton decided to become this chaotic, motivational guy we know today. So like any other content creator chasing the algorithm, he doubled down on what was working, and now we have him becoming an absolute burden to society for just a little bit of attention online.
You gotta wake up! You gotta wake up! You gotta wake up! You can't be asleep all day long! Get up out that depression! Get up out that sadness! Get up out that mood!
Not having to worry about some influencer harassing you in public for content is a blessing previous generations clearly had. Even though some of his videos are staged, especially the ones where he collaborates with other influencers and tags the other person's profile in the post. The people around them, they're not participating because he is without a doubt causing them distress. It may sound obvious, but when you throw liquid or flour or whatever he throws around at someone in a public space, even though the primary target was consenting to this, there's still a high chance it will splash onto other people. And then those innocent bystanders, they're not always willing participants in these antics, like in this video.
Right, but I like you. When I get behind you, we put
59.
do not commit. Do not commit. Even if you get bullied, do not commit. Even if you're going through hard times, do not commit. To all the kids, don't subway surf. Do not commit. And that's true.
At this point, I think he's using his basic motivational messages as a way for him to just deflect any hate for harassing strangers in public.
gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You can't quit now. You put too much time in to quit. You gotta get up and grind. I already told you. You gotta keep going and going and going.
Oh boy. I really hope that guy was in on it. And even so, I think New York subways are grimy enough without this dude. Like, we don't need all your food products and flour all over the New York City subway just so you can make your content, sir. But I feel like people like him will likely cause laws to be written in the future where you get additional penalties if you harass people for social media content. I mean, it's inevitable at this point. When I first started talking about wild stuff that influencers did almost a decade ago, it was very rare that it was this brazen and dumb. But now, it's happening multiple times a week. It's actually unbelievable. It's been bad for a while, but it's starting to get really pathetic. But one thing worth mentioning though is Jumane, the guy who filmed himself trashing Rite Aid and then later on a Subway restaurant just to promote his music, which I've already made 2 videos on him on this channel. He found Carlton's content before me and even made a reaction video on him last year, where he had this to say.
The videos in the store, right? Obviously, I could relate to that.
Like me, why he don't like me, why they don't accept me, who cares? So what? What's most important is that you love you. What's most important?
I want him to get his message off, right? But like, I'm looking at him, he's doing this in store. Like the first video I saw, I'm like, yo, is that fake? Does he work there or something? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, did he set it up? And I'm like, I kind of was like, nah, I don't think he did. And then I started looking at all his other videos and I'm like, he's doing this multiple times. There's no way he's setting this up like this. Like, so this is a crime. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. You can't do this in the store. You cannot do this in the store.
Yeah, you can definitely not do that in the store. And Jumane is right here. That's a crime. Take it from him, as he's personally done this stuff for clout and has thankfully learned his lesson. I just hope that he recovers from his gambling addiction. But if you want context to this guy, I'll link my video on him down in the description down below. But I still don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Is it Jumane or is it Jumaine?
Juman.
Jumane.
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 I don't know. The online pronunciation tools are definitely not helping me, but most of them are leaning towards Jumane. So yeah, we'll just go with Jumane.
What's up? Is your money?
But anyway, what Carlton is doing could potentially qualify as several misdemeanors or even felonies depending on the jurisdiction, such as criminal mischief or vandalism for damaging store property when he pours the food products over the floors and shelves, disorderly conduct for creating a public inconvenience or annoyance, trespassing for obvious reasons if he's been asked to leave the stores and then returns to film more videos, and even possibly assault where he throws the substances on unwilling participants. And the reason I say depending on the jurisdiction is this guy has a wide range of geographic areas where he's filmed content, ranging from Atlanta, Florida, Atlanta, New York, all over the place. But I did look in to see if he's actually been arrested for his content, and he has been arrested for resisting arrest, search and transport, and again in 2024 for theft of property, both in Tarrant County, Texas. But as of right now, I couldn't find anything concrete that this is related specifically to this content. But either way, it might just be a matter of time until he's arrested for this content. One thing that I do find truly baffling about this story is that by the time I'm recording this video, Carlton has not only regularly posted the same content as always, but he's even collaborating with other influencers and getting sponsored sometimes to promote food chains and local restaurants.
Wait, hey, can you try these sauces
Let me try this real quick.
All right, let's go. Come get a lemony split. Come get a lemony split. If you feeling down and you had a long day, come get a lemony split. If you want to get slashy, come get a lemony split.
So I guess literally anyone can get social media ads, but that video at least confirmed that the dude standing at the self-checkout from earlier at least was in on it, because you see he's there as well. But I guess that was today's absolute degenerate. I took a couple days off to celebrate my birthday with my family, and yes, I got a haircut. No, actually, I was abducted and cloned, and they couldn't find a version of me with long hair. So now you guys have to deal with a version of me with shorter hair for now. But at least, no, there's no upside. But other than that, I feel like you should subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.